Sir, namaskar.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. So we'll start, sir.
Yeah. We will start.
So very welcome to this faculty development program organized by Faculty Development Center, Mizoram University program. With your consent, we have given you the last day program. Professor Kumar Valle is the Professor of Education and is the officiating Vice Chancellor of Central University of Tamil Nadu. He will give the speech today. We are keen we have interest to listen your speech or lecture in this particular session. So I asked Dr. Sajad Ahmad to introduce Professor Kumar Valle.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Professor R. Karpaga Kumarvel, sir. Good afternoon, sir. So, dear participants, we are having today as a speaker Professor R. Karpaga Kumarvel, who is the Vice Chancellor of Central University of Tamil Nadu and is an awardee of Senior Fulbright Fellowship as well as Commonwealth Fellowship, and has served as the Vice Chancellor of Madurai Kamaraj University as well. He has worked in various capacities and more than 3 decades of services in teaching, research, especially with a background of technology and education for 18 years. He has also remained a member of Syndicate, Dean and Director of UGC HARDC, and Coordinator for UGC SAP and DRS Program 1 and Program 2. Professor Kumarvel has a doctoral research in UK with Commonwealth Fellowship for the Association of Commonwealth Universities, London, and in 2002. And he is basically having a specialization in application of education technology, especially the instructional technology in English language, teaching a system analysis perspectives. He is a recipient of lots of awards. He has completed international consultancies assignments for UNESCO, Coal Canada, and Department for International Development, London, as well as British Council. He has widely traveled across the world, almost visited 50 countries, and has successfully completed 3 international projects. Under his leadership, the Department of Education Technology, Bharati Southern University, has emerged as the first department in education technology in South India to get the Department for Research Studies status. Professor Kumarvel has trained almost thousands of higher education teachers through as many as 72 orientation and refresher courses, workshops, seminars, and conferences. He has contributed to national apex bodies like UGC, NAC, NCT, NCRTs in various capacities, and as a chairman of the UGC committee for the assessment of the autonomous college as well. We welcome you, sir, to this session, which is the last day of the session of Faculty Development Program. And over to you, sir, cutting short the time for the introduction. I would directly come to you. Thank you, sir, for being there with the participants.
So thank you very much. I take this opportunity to thank my good friend, Professor Loknath Mishra, for giving me this nice opportunity to associate myself with Mizoram University. And my association with Mizoram University in general and Professor Loknath Mishra in particular is not new. In fact, I visited Mizoram University all along the way from Tiruvarur to call upon my good friend Loknath Mishra, under whose leadership the Faculty Development Center is doing extremely very good work. So I take this opportunity to record my appreciation at the outset for all the good works done by my good friend Loknath Mishra. And it is indeed as a token of my support to him, my appreciation and support to him, that I have accepted his request amidst my very busy schedules as the officiating Vice Chancellor. So I once again take this opportunity to appreciate him and thank him. And I never, in fact, miss any opportunity to meet my teacher colleagues, because associating with our fellow teachers gives us an opportunity to share our thoughts, to share our observations, to share our experiences on areas of vital importance for the development of higher education. So that way, today, I would like to share my observations, reflections, and experiences on a very important topic, namely quality research publications. So the dictum goes, publish or perish. So in this survival of the fittest, the struggle for existence, it is those faculty members who publish could survive. And it is not only the quantity of publications which matter, but also the quality of publications which are equally important. So it is very important that our teachers should be sensitized on how to make quality publications, what constitutes a quality publication, and what are the various stages, the rigorous process of publication of a quality paper in a quality journal. So all these things I will deliberate through this PPT. You are screen sharing.
Share it.
Share it. Are you able to look at my PPT?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Press next slide, sir.
Yeah.
Next slide.
Okay. So, we teachers and teacher educators are very much aware of the concept of effective teaching, but we are not that much well versed in the concept of effective publications, effective research. See, what is effective teaching we know. The shortest definition of teaching goes like this. Teaching is reaching. What we teach does not matter, but what reaches the students, that matters more. So that way, it is very important that we teachers should be very conscious of the concept of reaching the students. Another definition of teaching, teaching is communication. See, the difference between effective teachers and ineffective teachers depends on the ability to communicate. And that is why the critical difference between effective and ineffective teachers lies in the science and art of communication. And communication is defined as technically encoding and decoding a message. So we should encode the message in such a way that students decode it without any communication gap. So these are all the theories of effective teaching. Now, what about effective research? How do we conceptualize effective research? And how do we conceptualize effective publications? See, let me begin with these two famous definitions. One is by Bill Gates. I believe in innovation. The way you get innovation is you fund research and you learn the basic facts. So the message I would like to convey here is that one of the expected outcomes of any research activity is that it should lead to an innovation. It should lead to a creation of new knowledge as defined by Neil Armstrong. So universities are known for two important things. One is knowledge generation. Second one is knowledge dissemination. So as teachers, you should be able to generate new knowledge in your subject. As teachers, you should be able to generate and you should be able to disseminate through publications, through quality publications, in quality journals. with high impact journals. See this cartoon? I was just rubbing sticks together for fun. I did not realize I was doing basic research. So every one of us, knowingly or unknowingly, becomes a researcher. And there is a difference between high impact research and low impact research. See, with regard to the previous slide, I would like to tell you, even a housewife at the time of cooking is mixing the rice in the pot to test whether the rice is boiled or not. So before verifying whether the rice is boiled or not, what the lady is doing is she is mixing it in such a way that the upper part of rice goes down and the lower part of rice comes up. So that is what is called sampling technique. Knowingly or unknowingly, she is adopting random sampling technique. So that way every one of us in our day-to-day life is applying some basic research. And here we talk about high impact research. Sir Isaac Newton was once sitting in an apple garden and he saw an apple falling from the tree. And he was pondering over the idea why the apple should fall in the downward direction, why it is not going in the upward direction. So the research bent of mind, the scientific bent of mind made him to ponder over the problem. See, even before Sir Isaac Newton seeing the apple falling from the tree, many people saw the same, but they were more concerned about eating the apple rather than pondering over the research problem of why it should go in the downward direction, why it is not going in the upward direction. So that way, it is very important that you should have a critical scientific research bent of mind, which is a very important sine qua non, very important requirement of high impact research. And once a research is made, we follow duplication of researches more or less on the same topic, on the same area, just by changing one variable or so. That is what is called low impact research. Oranges also follow the law of gravity like that. So the impact is defined as an effect on, change or benefit to the economy, education, society, culture, public policy or services, health, environment or quality of life. So here, impact can cause an effect, a positive effect, namely benefit to all aspects, economic aspect, educational aspect, social aspect, cultural aspect, policy, services, health, environment, the total quality of life. So research impact is a recorded or otherwise auditable occasion of influence from academic research on one academic researcher to another academic researcher. So that is what is called research impact. To what extent you as a researcher can make influence on other researchers, other academicians. Effective research concept. What exactly is effective research? Now I am going to the topic of my presentation. How to define effective research. The European Evaluation Consortium, TEEC, 2005, it came out with a very good definition. The research should make a difference, particularly at the international level. That is a very important concept. It should fulfill a need in society. It should improve policy making, standard, job creation, quality of life, and career development. So the first one is it should have an international impact. It should have a social relevance. Number 3, it should contribute to policy making. And number 4, it should contribute to the scientific agenda, research, technology and development environment for the benefit of the society. And number 5, it should change people's perceptions. So these are all very important requirements of what is called effective research. A recent survey of 4 lakh faculty members revealed that 26% of our faculty members do not write anything per week at all. They spend 0 hours per week in writing. 7% never publish a peer-reviewed journal paper. 43% had published nothing in the last 2 years. 72% never published a book. Only 28% had produced 2 publications in the past 2 years. Only 25% of faculty spent more than 8 hours per week for writing. This was self-reported. The real number, actual number could be more, lower. In the video.
இல்லை சார் இந்த வீடியோ ஆஃப் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. இது வீடியோ பண்ணால் ஷேர் ஏதாகும் சார்.
Stop video.
Stop. Okay, share தெரியுது.
Now, who is an effective researcher? An effective researcher is defined as a researcher who publishes an average of 5 or more social science citation index papers a year, every year for the last 5 years. It's a very beautiful, authentic definition. And among the participants, you please evaluate yourself in the light of this definition, in the light of the parameters of the definition for an effective researcher. I give you a few minutes time to go through the definition. So here, the first criteria is that you should have published an average of a minimum of 5 papers. Second criteria, in citation of high index. Third criteria, 5 papers per year, every year, for the last 5 years. Because some teachers are in the habit of publishing papers before CAS and they stop publishing after getting CAS. So this is what is called the concept of effective researcher. The effective researchers have a publication supply chain. Producing a paper is like producing a movie. It should undergo screening, editors, deadlines to release your product. You need not be the director of the movie. That might be, or it could be one of your students. But it should always be the producer. The producer needs to push everybody so that the movie can be released on time. If you look at the world's top universities, top 10 universities across the world, the first 4 go to USA: Harvard University, Chicago University, California, Berkeley. 5th, Cambridge. Again 6, 7, 8, USA. 9, UK. 10, again USA. So out of the top 101 universities across the world, in global ranking by Times Journal, 58 universities are from USA, 9 are from UK, 5 from Germany, 5 from Japan, 4 from Canada, 3 each from Switzerland, Sweden, and Netherlands, and none from India. See, it is in spite of the very important fact that Indian higher education system is one of the oldest higher education systems in the world, one of the biggest higher education systems. In terms of number of students, Indian higher education is the second biggest higher education system, next only to China. And in terms of number of institutions, Indian higher education system is the third biggest higher education system. And you know, the antique universities, Nalanda University, Ujjain University, Dachashila University, Kanji University, they were all world-renowned universities, reputed universities across the world. And there is one Chinese scholar by name Yuan Suang. He came along the way from China to India in the 17th century and lived in India for a long period of 15 years to receive education. So in spite of inheriting such an old higher education system, a big higher education system, why none of our 900 and odd universities could not figure in the top 100? It is $1 million question which every participant like you should ponder over. I was introduced as a Fulbright Fellow at the beginning of the session. As a Fulbright Fellow, I was in Chicago University as a visiting professor. And once I was sharing the lunch with the president of that university, and I asked him, "Sir, what is the secret of getting the second rank in the global arena?" Because that day, Chicago University was rated as number 2 in the global ranking, and it was flashed in the media. So I was asking him, if he could tell me the secret of your second rank, I can tell my counterpart vice chancellors in India so that we can also follow your example, best practices, and we can also make some improvement. And for that, the Chicago University vice chancellor shared his success story. That single university, Chicago University, has produced 87 Nobel laureates. 29 Nobel laureates in physics, economics, 26 Nobel laureates, Chemistry, 16 Nobel laureates. Medicine, 12 Nobel laureates. Literature, 3. Peace, 1. Total number of Nobel laureates, 87. So, why all our higher education institutions, including the so-called Indian Institutes of Technology, Indian Institutes of Science, which are called as white elephants, could not produce Nobel laureates every year in our country? See, this is a bar diagram which I told you earlier. India ranks second in world in terms of enrollment of students in higher education institutions. Indian students population 25.9, American students population 19.1, China students population 29.3. The gross enrollment ratio 17.9. Even though Indian students population is 25.9, we fail in the area of GER with only 17.9%. Whereas in America, United States of America, with 19.1 million students population, their GER, gross enrollment ratio, is 95%. So here we can find how the number of universities has grown more than 6 times in the last 4 decades. 1970-71, 103, 80-81, 133, 1991, 190, 2000-2001, 256, 2006-7, 387, and 2011-12, it got doubled. See, there is a difference. From 2006 to 2011, the number of universities has grown doubled. What is the reason? Can you just think about it and reflect on this sudden spurt of universities in the year 2007? It is because it was in the year 2007 privatization in higher education has taken place. Till 2007, education was considered as a monopoly of government sector, and it was felt that the government institutions alone could not contribute to the enhancement of gross enrollment ratio and realize the universalization of higher education, massification of higher education. So the ivory towers were thrown open, massification of higher education. And it was in 2007, deemed universities, private universities, self-financing colleges, self-financing courses in government colleges, self-financing courses in university departments, they all came into existence. So India had more than 33,000 colleges. Again, after 2007, there was a sudden increase. So if you compare this pie diagram, private institutions contribute for majority of higher education institutions. Among the 46,430 higher education institutions, 64%, 30,000 institutions are private institutions. And in the same way, in terms of enrollment, students' enrollment also, we find private institutions, they cater to the needs of 58.9% of students' population. State institutions cater to the needs of 38.6% of students' population. So here we find the gross enrollment year, gross enrollment ratio, students' population, they are all going in the ascending order. So, in this backdrop, it is very essential that we should make an increase in the number of researchers also. China has 708 researchers per million population, whereas India has only 19 researchers per million population. For today's job, researchers should make use of today's tools. This is a very important concept. So for today's job, if we make use of yesterday's tool, tomorrow you will be out of business. So there is no form of prose more difficult to understand and more tedious to read than the average scientific paper. So writing a research paper is not everybody's cup of tea. If you look at a global view of publication, approximately 35,000 journals published regularly in science and engineering. 22,000% of them, 22,000 journals are Scopus abstracted. Total number of papers published annually exceeds 2.5 million. Over 50% are never cited by anyone. So international research publications, articles published 53 million. Free and paid abstracts available Scopus, ISI Web of Knowledge, PubMed Central and Google Scholar. PubMed Center holds over 2.2 million articles, has a collection of over 20 million citations. Global view of publications, hard facts. See, over 50% of research papers do not receive any citation at all. %90 readers glance through the content list only. 5% open the journal to review through the titles. Less than 2% scientists read the abstract and introduction. Just less than 1% read the rest of the paper. So how important citations are? I was published a couple of years ago in a crap journal and nobody is citing me. Second one, slight citations than expected. Third one, good citations as expected. Fourth one, good journal, lots of citations. What are the high impact factor journals? impact factor of journal is the frequency of its citations. High impact factor journals are the ones which have high frequency of citations by others. Superficial but internationally accepted measure of quality of journals. So the impact factor for a journal is calculated based on a 3-tier period. Can be considered to be the average number of times published papers are cited after 2 years after publication. How to calculate the impact factor of a journal? For example, the impact factor 2011 for a journal would be calculated as follows. A. Number of times articles published in 1011. B. The number of articles, reviews, proceedings or notes published in 2010-11. Impact factor of 2012 is A divided by B. So why we should publish in high impact journals? Publish or perish, greater visibility of research findings, increases chances of citations, greater recognition among peers, associated benefits such as promotions, increments, etc. So manuscript deficiencies count for rejection of papers. Out of the 57 articles evaluated, 28 accepted, 29 rejected. Of these 29, due to ambiguous methods, 77% got rejected. Due to ambiguous results, 68% got rejected. Conclusions not warranted by data, 72% got rejected. Poor referencing, 56% got rejected. Then inadequate methodology, 51%. Unclear tables, 49%. Lengthy discussion, 49%. Inadequate operational definitions, 49%. Deficiencies in manuscript preparation more frequent than deficiencies in research methods. The same thing, the reasons for major revision or rejection of journal papers, they are cited in a graphical form in pie diagram. Top 10 reasons for rejection. Number 1, wrong format. Number 2, disorganized study design. Number 3, defective tables figures. Number 4, poor organization throughout. Number 5, no hypothesis, no problem statement. Number 6, insufficient conclusion. Number 7, over interpretation. Number 8, articles unfocused. Number 9, inappropriate methods. Number 10, poorly written titles. Which contains the most flaws? Methodology. Which section responsible for outright rejection? Methodology. Where do editors encounter manuscript problems? Poor writing. inappropriate presentation, poor description of design. Sections unbalanced. You can see the difference between original form and final improved form. So good versus bad research problems. Good research problem. After the research, it opens door. More people do it. Bad research, nobody follows your research. Nobody really cares for the research. Research subject hotspot index, DFT divided by DFT. Number of top papers divided by number of total papers. So attributes of a good manuscript, it should be brief, powerful, focused, to the point, free from grammatical, stylistical error, recognizing contributions of others, technically correct. So it should be attractive and catchy title, which makes the reader going through the articles for sure. Graphics play a very key role in catching the eyes of the readers. And you should make your paper intelligible. See the cartoon. If you make the paper too easy to read, everyone will know what you got the results, how you got the results. It is not the way. You should make it easy to understand for a layman also. Final step is revision and proofreading. So you should know the focus of your paper. It takes a wise man to know whether he has found a rope or a mule. So points to be considered before publishing. Who are the target audience? What is the prestige of journal? Prestige of your institution? Whether it is open access or subscribed. Impact factor of the journal, probability of acceptance, publication time. A sad story from Jamia Millia. It is a newly introduced software. It has found that 59% of the 61 project works were lifted from other sources. 11 submissions, 75 to 100% copied. Only 2 were found to be original. So avoid falsification, avoid data alteration, avoid plagiarism, avoid duplication of manuscripts, avoid unnecessary self-citation, avoid redundant publication. You should be able to excite the reviewer's mind, which is more important than exciting the reader's mind. It is likely that no one will ever read your paper more thoroughly than the reviewer. Manuscript reviews undergo this process. So the flowchart gives you the various stages of the manuscript review. So your skills are what you put in yesterday. Your commitment is what you must put in today in order to make your masterpiece tomorrow. So that way, when you play hard. But when you work, you don't play at all. Research is a serious business. Now let me share a video on the related topic, which I hope will be very useful to you.
Escape করতে হবে।
Share computer sound.
Before submission. So the first most important information that you should have is a complete manuscript. So now I have considered you have selected a proper journal for publication. For that you can refer my one video. I have provided the link in this video description. Second point that I have considered is you have formatted your complete manuscript journal formatting requirements and guidelines. So the third part that you need to do is you need to check your manuscript against plagiarism. So for that you can use Turnitin software, which is available online for around 1000 Indian rupees. So you will get access of it, username and ID, and you will be able to check your manuscripts for plagiarism. So try to keep the plagiarism as low as possible. So many journals accept your manuscript for publication if your plagiarism is less than 10%. So try to keep as low as possible. So the second information that you need to submit is a title page. So few journals demand a title page separately than manuscript. Means a title page may include your contact information. It will include your manuscript title, your affiliations, your abstract and keywords. So some journals also demand or allows you to submit graphical abstract. So graphical abstract is basically a single sketch or figure which will reflect maximum results of your manuscript or key results of your manuscript or your research. So the third point is a covering letter. You need to write a covering letter to the editor of the journal, and that will include a short introduction, your summary of your manuscript. You may include a published papers in the same area, and you may add funding and supporting agencies. It will add an advantage. The next information that you should have is ORCID ID. Basically 16 digits researcher's ID. If you have generated this ID, then you need not to provide more information. Means when you generate this ID, you need to provide your basic credential, your name, your date of birth, your qualifications, etc. So at the time of submission, if you are providing this ID, then your basic credential will be automatically fetched, then your time will be reduced. So it is better to generate ORCID ID. So every journal submission, standard journal submission demands you to provide ORCID ID. It is not compulsory, but if you are providing it, then your time will be saved. The next and last part is to provide a list of potential reviewers. So this may include the reviewer's name, reviewer's area of interest, reviewer's contact information, etc. But never expect that your manuscript will be sent to these reviewers for revisions, but the journal still demands this information. This is because if any other researchers working in the same area and submitting the manuscript to these journals, then they may use your provided reviewers for their revision process. So it is compulsory to submit this list. Now we'll turn towards the submission process. So the first method that is used for submitting a research article to the journal is through an email. So journal editors' email IDs have been provided. We need to only send our manuscript through these email IDs. So this is basically a conventional method. But the second method, which is used by 90% of the journal, is submitting our manuscript through an author account. For that, you need to log into author account. You need to provide basic credential. Then you will get username and password. Then you will be able to log in to your author account, and then you will be able to submit your manuscript, and you will also be able to track your manuscript status till publication completely. We'll discuss this journal submission process in detail. So we'll take one example of this journal. So I am on the homepage of Materials Today journal. So here you will find one link, submit your paper. You need to just click on this link. So in this window, basically you will find different options like author login, reviewers login, editor login and publisher login. So You have not yet generated your username and password, so you need to just click on this link, register now. So now here you will find two options. You need to provide your ORCID ID, 16 digits ORCID number, or you need to provide your basic credentials. So first we will see how to generate ORCID ID, then we'll move with the second options also. So you need to just click on the use my ORCID record. So here now you need to provide your email ID or ORCID password, or you need to just register. You have not yet generated your ORCID ID, so you need to just click on the register now link. So you need to provide all of your these basic credentials and just register. So your 16 digits register, 16 digits ORCID ID will be generated. So now you need to come back to this page. So you need to provide your basic credential here, and you need to just click on this continue button. So this is the second way of registration. So if you have provided your ORCID ID, then these details will be automatically fetched. You need not to provide these details, but you need to provide the institute related information like position, institute, etc. And you need to provide an important keywords. So basically this is in the guidelines of this particular journal. So not every time or not necessary that everywhere you will find this part, that is providing keywords. So I provided, if you provided this keyword, then you just click on this continue button. So now username and password is generated, so you will be able to log into this. You need to provide username, password, and you just need to click on this author login. So you will get this window where you will track your complete manuscript from submission till publication. So you will find here different sections like new submissions, revisions, and completed, whether it is accepted or rejected. So you need to click on this submit new manuscript. So here now you need to provide all these details, article type selection, attached file, etc. And finally you will be able to submit your manuscript. So in first article type selection, you need to select a type of your research article, whether it is short communication, technical note, research paper. Mine is research paper, so I have selected this. So now we need to proceed, so that you will be prompted to the second window, attach files. So here on the left side you will find 3 important files you need to attach. So if you just clicking on this part, then you will find the number of files that you can attach to support your manuscript. But cover letter, graphical abstract, and manuscript file is compulsory. So you need to just, I have just clicked on manuscript file, and I need to just browse from my computer, and I need to add this, or accordingly you will add these 3 files: cover letter, graphical abstract, and manuscript. So now you will be prompted to the third part, which is general information. You need to provide, this is the theme of, if you just click on this, you will find different parts. So this is basically a theme of that journal, which is divided into number of sub parts. So you need to just select the category under which your manuscript falls, so that the journal is able to send your manuscript to that particular reviewers. And you need to just proceed, so that you will get prompted to the reviewer preferences. So now here you will see, according to these journal guidelines, I need to submit 3 potential reviewers. So I need to just add suggested reviewer. I need to add some information, their research areas, their contact information, and I need to click on this add suggested reviewers. Likewise, I need to add 3 reviewers, and just click on the next, so that I will be prompted to this point, additional information. So in additional information, basically you need to submit few questionnaires like funding acknowledgement, whether you have acknowledged all the funding sources, then publishing open access, whether you need to publish your article in open access or limited access, etc. So second last part is comments. So if you need to provide any comments related to the publication process, publication period, etc., then you can write here and click on the proceed. So you will be prompted to the last part of the journal submission, paper submission. So here you need to provide your title title of your research article, abstract and author's details, and you can save and submit later if you need to correct any parts of this, or otherwise if you have uploaded all the parts correctly, then you can just click on this link, build PDF for approvals. Once you build a PDF, it will be in this form. Your manuscript will be assigned a number, the title of your research article, keywords, authors, abstract, then you will find cover letter, and then your manuscript. So now you need to again move to the author login. So now you will be at this step, submissions waiting for author's approval. That means you need to approve your PDF. So you need to just click on this link and you need to click on the approve. So it will be moved to this next step, submission being processed. But if there are certain simple mistakes in formatting or formatting requirements or guidelines, then again you will come down to the second phase, second step, which is submission sent back to author. So now you need to positively comment to those formatting requirements. You need to reformat your manuscript and you need to again submit it, so that it will be remain at this step, submissions being processed. That means your manuscript is with the editor, and the editor sends this to the number of reviewers. So for example, if editor is sending your manuscript to the 10 reviewers, and if editor is getting 50% replies, then the editor will able to revert these revisions to you. So you will be moved to the second section, which is revision part. So you will be at this step, submission needing revisions. So now here you need to provide two files. Basically, first is answers to revisions. So your comments will be in this form, right? You need to write changes made in the manuscript according to the reviewers' comments. So comment, these are the reviewer comments and these are my responses. So again, second reviewer's comments and my responses. Likewise, you need to provide one file which is answers to revision, and second file that you need to provide is your revised manuscript with highlighted information. That means this information that I have added according to the reviewer's comments. So these two files you need to provide to the editor as a part of the revision. So you will be moved to this revisions being processed. So if you are all done correctly, then may your revisions will be accepted, or the condition may arise that your revisions will be declined. So they may give you one more chance to resubmit your revisions, or they may directly come with a decision that your paper is rejected. So likewise, if you are correctly answered all the comments, then you may get second revision, you may get third revision. And when the editor will come up with the decision, then your decision, you will be at this step, submission with a decision, whether it is accepted or rejected. And then you will receive a sweet email from the editorial team that I'm pleased to inform you that your paper has been accepted in this journal. So now what after acceptance? So once your manuscript is accepted, then in few days you will again receive one more email from the editorial team for the proofreading. That means one last chance is provided you to proofread your manuscript, complete manuscript. You will be able to modify a manuscript. You will be able to make minor changes into it, like author details, your appellations, or few formatting requirements like comma, semicolon, etc. Obviously, that is monitored by journal editorial team, so you will not be able to change or make any major changes into it. You need to follow the link provided in the email to finally submit these proofs to the journal editorial team. And the second part, that they will ask you whether you need to publish your manuscript in open access category or limited access category. So few journals are having both the categories. In open access you need to pay the fees, in subscription limited access you need not to pay any fees. So few journals only gives you one choice, open access category. Few journals only gives you a second choice, that is limited access category. And the last, they will ask you about the rights and agreements. You need to proceed the link provided in the email, and you need to agree that the rights of the given manuscript will be kept with the that particular journal. After few days, you'll find your manuscript will be online, but in press will be written on your manuscript. This is because so journal for a particular duration, for example, for a 3 months, journal receives number of research articles. So journal basically assembles all these articles and they form a volume, and then a volume number will be assigned to your manuscript, and then finally your manuscript will be published. So friends, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe this channel. I'll see you in my next video.
Stop sharing. Video photo sir, camera.
Camera photo and photo.
Photo sir.
So thank you very much.
Audio edukilla. Audio edukilla.
So in my presentation, let me summarize what I have done so far. I started with the concept of effective research as different from effective teaching, and how to make effective publication, and what are the criteria or what are the parameters of an effective research, and what makes a high impact journal, what makes a low impact factor, and what makes a high impact factor. And then I have suggested the ways and means of ensuring quality in your paper, and I have also suggested how to ensure success in the selection of your paper by a quality high impact factor international journal. So what are the grounds in which many papers are getting rejected in international journals, and how to avoid such a policies. And then I have showed you a video demonstration of the process of submission of a paper through online. So with this presentation, I am sure you will be able to ensure effective publication, and you will become an effective researcher also. My best wishes to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your nice presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I welcome Dr. Sajad to present a
Yes,
vote
sir.
of thanks to sir.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of this Faculty Development Center, Mizoram University, and on behalf of the participants, sir, I thank you for bringing up this particular video and deliberating upon such a nice presentation on how to get the publications and get it published that as well. So once again, I thank you for being here and carving out your time from your busy schedule and making it possible for us, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, friends, after 10 minutes, we will be join again for the feedback session. Let us evaluate the program by, let us take the feedback from the participants. Dr. Sajad.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Sajad.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let us start. Let us
Yes,
take
sir.
the feedback from the participants. Tara, please unmute all. Okay, unmute all. One by one, we will take the oral feedback, not a written feedback.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Anyone, if anyone wants to speak, he can speak now.
So participants, you are welcome to speak. Yes.
Hello, myself
Yes.
Parvesh Kumari. Good afternoon
Yes.
to all.
Yes.
Myself Parvesh Kumari, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir, I learned a lot of things in this FDP, and thank you so much for making a part of this FDP. And also, I want to say thanks to our respected Professor Panda sir, who shared the information about this FDP to Stride department with the scholars also. Thank you so much, sir, all of you, all experts, and all organizers and Mizoram University, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So
Okay.
now it's
Hello.
Isha Bhardwaj. Yes, Isha, boliye.
Hello.
Hope I'm. Hello.
Yes.
Isha.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible to everyone. This is Isha
Yes,
Bharadwaj.
yes.
Sir, I'm very thankful for this exhaustive sessions, and we love all the lectures which were given, especially orienting us with various research products that we can think of and we can execute. So we are very thankful for this comprehensive yet very informative FDP. Thank you so much for the.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you, Isha.
Thank you. Next.
Myself, Pawan Kumar Rai. I'm audible, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Myself, Pawan Kumar Rai from Gangtok. I'm working in the Harkamaya College of Education in Gangtok. Sir, I enjoyed a lot with learning the session, whole session from 1st to 7th. And especially I cannot forget I enjoyed all session, but especially I cannot forget as a mathematics teacher also, the statistics without pen and paper, without board, Dr. Ejaz sir has taught, and it was a very innovative session, and we have learned a lot. And I think now a time to teach the mathematics. I think as a M3, maths do magically, so masti comes. So magically mathematics is needed nowadays, whatever I think myself. And especially I thanks to Dr. Sajjad sir for the his motivational speech and with the sweet voice. Always I wanted to wait when sir will come and I will listen his sweet voice. And last but not the least, Dr. Loknath Mishra sir has given me opportunity to attend this webinar, and he taught also FDP focus group discussion. So thanks a lot, Dr. Loknath Mishra sir, and thanks to everyone and all organizer. And I'm very happy to join this session. Thanks a lot, sir.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Can I go
Yes.
ahead?
Yes.
Dr. Mamta Brahmbhatt.
Yeah.
I'm from Gujarat. I'm from BK School of Professional
Yes.
and Professional Studies. It was a wonderful experience
Yeah.
that I have attended this session, especially the session of quantitative analysis that the various statistical technique explained so simple, strong. So it was a wonderful experience. Thanks Mizoram University. Thank you Loknath sir for making this FDP a grand success, and thank you for including us for this as a participant. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
I am Dr.
Yes.
J. Mariappan from Dravidian University, Kuppam, Andhra Pradesh. My background is Tamil. All sessions are very good.
Yeah.
But sometimes you are and your friends are talk through Hindi. I cannot understand. But no problem. I can understand in English. Because I am in Tamil department from Dravidian University, Kuppam, Andhra Pradesh. I am extend my humble thanks to Loknath Mishra sir. It is very useful program to me. Thank you very much. And also,
Okay.
I like thanks to Sajjad sir. It is maintain all the program is very kindly. Also thanks to all. Thank you very much, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. And
Yes.
I am Amit Kumar Mishra from Government Law College, Gopeshwar, Uttarakhand, and I convey
Yes.
my sincere thanks to the organizers FDP of this FDP and to everyone that they provided me an opportunity to learn. And all the sessions were very, very informative, and I find myself very lucky to be a part of this FDP. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Can I talk?
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Yes.
Good
Yes.
afternoon, one and all. This is Dr.
Yes.
Farfan Parikh from Rajiv Gandhi
Yeah.
University, Arunachal Pradesh.
I am really thankful to Professor Loknath Mishra for organizing such an important
FDP, as well as I must give my thanks to Sajid, Dr. Sajid, for coordinating Professor Mishra, and really this was an informative FDP. Basically, the session of Professor Santosh Panda, Professor Aziz, and the last session, Vice Chancellor of Central University of Tamil Nadu, that is R. Kumaravila. It was really impressive one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Myself Amlanika Bora. I'm from Presidency University, Bangalore. I would like to thank the organizing committee for such a wonderful session. All the sessions are insightful, and it really gave us opportunity to learn a lot about research methodology only in 7 days. So thank you, Mr. Sir and Sajid Sir, for organizing such a beautiful FDP. And we look forward to attend more sessions in Mizoram University. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, good evening. Good evening to. I am Naik, Assistant Professor of Education, National Sanskrit University in Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh State.
Yeah.
This is webinar informative and webinar, and the time is very excellent. In the morning to evening, and the sessions are very knowledgeable and good videos and presentation PPTs and the videos is very excellent sessions and each everything. Very this informative webinar sessions. Thanks to us and thanks to everyone and teaching the technical team and
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes.
sir. I am Dr. Mehtab Jahan from Persian Department, Delhi University. आपका ये सर FDP आपने स्टार्ट किया और ये 7 days का हमने बहुत ज़्यादा इंफॉर्मेटिव सारे सेशन थे। आरआर सर का, एजाज सर का, मोहंती सर था और पांडे संतोष पांडा सर का। एवरी सेशन is very important, sir, for us. So thank you for everything, sir. सज्जाद सर और मिश्रा सर, ये अगर आप लोग नहीं करते तो इतने सारे रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी पे हम लोग कई सारी नई चीजें नहीं लर्न कर सकते थे। थैंक यू सो मच सर। थैंक यू।
Thank you.
Am I okay? Am I audible now?
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is Dr. Sarika from Delhi University. I'm really thankful to the entire team, especially Mishra sir, because I got to know about this FTP quite late through my colleague, and I was not expecting that Mishra sir would accept me for the FTP. But I'm really thankful to you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to take part in this FTP. And it was quite informative. All the lectures, I would say, were quite good. I personally liked the first one by Panda sir, and also the lecture by Dr. Mishra, right, which was on focused good group discussion, and that was quite interesting. And you very well explained all the do's and don'ts, by the moderators, and I quite like that lecture. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the entire team. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
May I audible, sir?
Yes.
May I audible?
Yes.
Sir, I am Dr.
Yes, yes.
I am Dr. Mahananda Rao from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad, Maharashtra. Sir, all the sessions from first to seventh are very informative, and I will take very much from that sessions. And lastly, I will thanks to all the organizing committee, and especially from Loknath Mishra sir for the part of this FDP. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Sir, am I audible?
Thank you.
Sir, this is
Yes.
Ms. I am.
Sir, this is Mitali Shah. I'm assistant professor with MS University of Baroda. I would like to congratulate the entire organizing team. It was a very, very insightful session with a lot of details, like from something very basic to coming out with a paper and the review of literature and the citations and the references. It actually brought us to the new level of understanding of the entire process with lot of details which could have been only possible with the experts that that you have brought to us. So sir, once again congratulations and thank you so much.
Good evening,
Thank you.
everybody. Myself,
Yes.
like Mehmet Devi, working in Government College from Manipur, and I have learned, sir, a lot from all the sessions, and also would like to thank organizer Mr. Sir and Sajjad and all the resource persons. I'm looking forward more sessions like this in future. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, Nitika.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nitika Kaushal and I'm from Delhi University. So, sir, first of all, thank you for organizing this FDP. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to learn from such good and learned resource persons. And, we had the opportunity to understand research methodology from the beginning, in the sense how to create a research proposal to various different aspects like referencing, statistics. So we had a very, very lovely time. It was a great learning experience. So your lecture that you did on group discussions, focus group discussions, was very, very interesting. And thanks to Sajjad sir for being an anchor who kept the show going in a very, very nice manner. So thank you again for getting such good resource persons. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. And I hope we have an opportunity sometime to come in person to your university and do this, So looking forward to that, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Anyone?
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
This is Dr. Ngambi Chanu from Manipur University of Culture, and I really thank the organizing committee of this FDP, especially Sir Misra and Sajid sir, for taking such initiative. And I also once again thank Sir Misra for accepting me at the last moment, and we have learned a lot from this, and we are looking forward to this kind of FDP in future. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Hello. I am Prasid. I am Prasid.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
I am Dangan Damang from JNC, Jawaharlal Nehru College, Pasighat. I thank you, sir.
Okay.
For all the information that was provided right from the first day, efficient review of literature, up to the last day, that is effective research and publication. I have been through all these sessions, and I learned quite a lot of information, and things there are many concepts that I were not clear are now clear to me. So thank you all the organizers.
Okay, thank you.
Misra sir, you have a lot of humor also, that which make us very interesting in attending the program. And I'm looking forward to attend any other webinar also in the days to come. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, sir. I am Prashanjit. Sir, I am Prashanjit Pal from West Bengal, Malda.
Yes.
A research scholar from Rabindra Bharati University. Actually, first of all, thank you to sir for making me a part of this program, and it was a very, very valuable experience for me, and I want to look forward after that in the research field. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. I am
Good afternoon,
Dr. Binayak Chanda, Assistant Professor, Department of Education, Government General Degree College, Muragacha, West Bengal. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to you, the organizer, not only for selecting the areas, but also in the case of selection of resource person. During this pandemic situation, I have attended lots of webinars, but here I have got different type of information which I haven't attended earlier. So I am really enriched with the very crucial informations given by the resource person, and so you really deserve a special and big thanks from ourselves. And sir, I would like to request you that just to continue the WhatsApp group which you have created, because through which we can share the academic resources. Okay, that is my only request to you, that if any such such webinar or FDP program is organized from your part in future, please let us know through this WhatsApp group. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, good
Thank
evening,
you, Ojit.
one and all. Sir, good evening, sir. This is Rajesh from Hyderabad, from NIFT. But all the sessions are excellent, sir. Really, I am very, very thankful to you for all the organizations, and congratulations to everyone, sir. It was very excellent program, very well organized.
Thank you. Thank you. Ojit?
Good afternoon, everyone. I absolutely have no words to express, but one thing is for sure, that we are so lucky that whichever experts you have brought have such an academic credentials, and they all have taught in the university or in the academic institution for more than 30 years, I think, which is much more than the age of some of the participants here. So these are the people who have really marked their presence, not as an academic, but as wonderful human beings. So I thank you for bringing the research scholars and the academics and be a guide for us. And one thing is for sure again, that once in the journey, always in the journey. You have started a journey which is wonderful, and we always will be having this eagerness and hungry to be with you. Last but not the least, I will not say that one particular speaker is better than the others, because they are all similar, and we cannot do any comparative study or the comparison between one with the others. But yes, Dr. Sajid sir and Loknath Mishra sir, from your active participations, we come to know that you two are not only an academic par excellence person, but you two are wonderful human beings. And thank you so much that this webinar, this 7 days of rigorous work with a lot of rich content, but never you have given us this feeling that it is overburdening us. So that's so enjoyable and so rich in content. Thank you so much. And please accept our gratitude on behalf of all the participants. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Oh, I'm in the Ramjas College, Delhi University, sir.
Thank you. My record, I will click a photo. So that I will click a photo. Please unmute your video. Show me your photo. Please. Taraji.
Hello. Yes, sir.
You take a photo, huh? One snap, four, five snaps.
Of Ojit, sir.
Ojit, sir, you just click.
Okay,
Ojit,
sir.
no. All.
Okay, sir, fine.
Ojit, you just minimize it. Ojit, just minimize it.
Sir, I'm unable to do.
Ojit, just minimize your photo.
Sir, I'm unable to do it. I think. Sir, I'm unable to do it. Sorry.
I want to share something, sir.
Yes, share. Please share.
Good afternoon, sir. First of all, I feel myself lucky to be a part of this FDP on research methodology, and I have learned about the various aspects of research methodology in a very systematic and organized way. And the timing of this FDP was very much suitable for us. I am working as assistant professor in IASC Agartala. I'm from Tripura.
Oh,
And
very
I
good.
had a, and
Very
I
good.
had a very in the month of August, I completed my orientation program from Mizoram University. It was a wonderful
good.
experience doing the orientation from Mizoram. And actually now I
Okay.
want to come physically to the university and try to get involved in any sort of course, not virtually.
Sure. In future, I'll call you.
And I would like to specially thank you and Sajjad sir. Initially, I felt some problem in regard to payment of the amount, but the way Mishra sir, you helped me and guided me through WhatsApp instantaneously. It motivated me how to help a participate to encourage, to motivate for the course. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. Hi. I also want to share something. Good evening to all of you. My name is Tokmam Dai. I am a research scholar from Rajiv Gandhi Central University, Arunachal Pradesh. I must say, although I missed many sessions due to technical glitch and network problem at my place, I should say that it was an awesome learning experience. Thank you to Dr. Sajjad and Professor Mishra and the entire organizing committee for organizing such an awesome, wonderful program and including research scholars like us. Thank you so much. Kudos to all of you.
Thank you.
डॉक्टर विवेक कुमार यादव सर, पूर्वांचल विश्वविद्यालय जौनपुर जो है, सर बहुत ही अच्छे सारे लेक्चर्स रहे सर, स्पेशली पांडा सर का और आपका तो सर जो समझाने का जो व्यू था वो बहुत ही अच्छा था सर, और बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला, एक नया डिस्कोर्स मिला, और सोशल मेथोडोलॉजी के बारे में पहले तो बहुत कुछ जानते थे, लेकिन एक नया तरीका, एक नया वे मिला। तो सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और सर आगे जो भी कार्यक्रम होंगे उसकी आप सूचना सर हमें जरूर दीजिएगा, हम एक बार फिर से इसका पार्ट बनना चाहेंगे।
Sure.
धन्यवाद सर।
Thank you, sir.
ठीक है। Okay, thank you.
Myself, Dr. Manas Nanda. I am from Ekamra Degree College, under Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, sir. So I extend my heartfelt thanks to Professor Loknath Mishra and Mizoram Central University for giving me the opportunity to participate in such a nice faculty development program. I really appreciate this kind of program because I have participated in a lot of programs, but I think this is the best program which I have ever participated. So definitely I enjoyed all the session of the faculty development program, but especially I enjoyed the program like the session of Professor Panda on paradigm, like research paradigm, and the review of literature of Professor R.K. Manti, and the last that one I really thoroughly enjoyed the focused group discussion of Professor Loknath Mishra, who really explained the focused group of discussion in a very well manner. Thank you very much, sir, for giving us opportunity to participate in this kind of program. And at last, I must give thanks to Professor Sajjad.
Thank you
for helping us to participate through all these 7 days program. Thank you, Professor Sajjad. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anyone?
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon, all.
Can I talk?
Good afternoon. Yeah. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Dr. Harapriya Samantra, HOD Home Science, Barampur University.
Yes.
I'm very much thankful to you,
Yes,
sir, Director FDC and Coordinator Sajjad, sir. Actually, I'm gained much from this. It is very useful, insightful, and very educative, and also very informative. But I want to speak one line on each resource person. Is it allowed?
Yes, sure, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I want to speak a little. Professor Loknath Mishra, Director at DC, Mizoram University, an able academic event manager, and talent proved him as an indispensable democratic academic leader.
he harvested worthy academic network for educational brilliance. Thanks to the program convener, Professor Misra. And the first speaker, Professor Santosh Panda, who spoke on contour of a research proposal and research paradigm. His excellence deliberation created a space in my heart, which is very thought-provoking and which is very much useful for me. And next to him, Professor Mohantiji, the HOD Sociology, in his lecturer, The Efficient Review Literature, he also received many worthy references how to inculcate all the literature in our research. He explained nicely. Then Professor Loknath Misra, who spoke on focused group discussion in research, that was also very nice and very much useful and very much bias-free talk. What you delivered on that day. Professor Ajit Masi, who spoke on statistical analysis in social research, though he is from chemistry and sociology, he has very much explained the quantitative research and the argumentative research, which is very much useful for all the participants, as I think. Then Professor Usha Devi, doing social science research during pandemic time, is also very useful and enjoyable and generate many ideas to handle the researches and the problem with a very successful achievement. Then Professor Namita Ranganathan and her two vibrant scholars who paved very new direction and envisioning in doing research, and the trio opined the vista relevant theories and need to be tested through fieldwork, content analysis, biographies, etc., etc. And particularly they did a very good job in Manipur and Kashmir, which give us a very much experiences. Professor Maladi Pacha, who elucidated about the selection of right journal and writing of good references, also made us inclined, and he has also explained very meticulously how to inculcate everything. Then Professor Hussain, who explained on web application in research and in globalization world, the web application, everything he has explained in a very nicely, and the people, those who are very ignorant about the web, are very much useful, definitely. Thank you, Hussain sir. Then the last but not the least.
Thank you, ma'am.
Professor Kumar Vel, who has explained nicely today. He has given the talk and explained very nicely about how to write a research proposal, how to write the review of literature, and how to publish it and everything. So I am very much thankful to all. Especially I am very much thankful to Professor Dr. Sajad Ahmad, who is the coordinator of this program, and 100% flawlessly he has coordinated it nicely. And a big thanks to Professor Misra, and namaskar to all of you for this virtual webinar. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. This is all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anyone want to speak, or I will wind up?
This is
Anyone?
This is Dr. Harpreet from Jamia Millia Islamia.
Yes.
Really, thank you, sir, for allowing me to attend this. I think you have set the future course for us to, incorporate research into our university teaching. Sajjad sir is my colleague, and it was good to, I'm taking the advantage of congratulating my own colleague for seamlessly coordinating all the sessions. Professor Mishra, the transition from one session to another was so smooth. I think it is exemplary now. And to all my colleagues, I've been listening to you and your questions. So thank you, all of you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone who wants? Okay, friends.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir,
I'm Dr. Subita from Manipur University.
Yes. Yeah.
Good evening, sir. And
Good evening.
first of all, I would like to thank you, sir, and all the members of the organizing team for organizing such a very, very insightful and informative program. And very thankful to you, sir, for inviting many competent persons in this program. And after attending this program, I felt myself that I should be a good researcher. And out of this program, I learned that very important thing I learned out of this program is that the role of a teacher is not only teaching effectively, but also a good researcher so that we can contribute something good in society. So I learned this from this program. And I would like to thank you once again, and as well as congratulate
Thank you.
For organizing such an inspiring information program. Thank you very much. We learned a lot from this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anyone?
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Good evening.
Yes. Yeah.
I am Gymnamita Devi. I am currently working as a teacher in Manipur College, Impal.
Yes.
Since
Yes.
my service, it is my first faculty development program I ever attend. I know what to my gratitude to the organizers and resource persons who have delivered valuable lectures, as well as to all the participants who have enriched the program with important comments and questions. The program has indeed provided me a plethora of new knowledge, information, new insight in various fields, and I feel like being invited to the world of academic writing. And I am now looking forward to such more programs in the future also. Thank you, sir, and thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. So,
Dr. Kumar Agarwal from
yes.
Yes. And thank you, Professor Mishra, for this very informative and knowledgeable faculty development program. And I am really interacted with Professor Mishra when he worked in Vivek College of Education as a principal. So it's a long time to meet you. Thank you, Professor Mishra. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. So, friends,
good evening to
today
all.
is the last day with yeah.
Good evening
Anyone?
to all. I'm Dr. Sasikumar from Manipur. It was such a wonderful session throughout.
Okay.
It was a fantastic experience for me, and I'm very highly obliged to all the resource persons for sharing the knowledge and experience. And thank you, Professor Mishra and Dr. Sajjad and all the members of the Faculty Development Center, Mizoram University, for making this program a success. Thank you once again.
Thank you. So, friends, with your support and participation, the program is successful. I think I have two objectives in my mind. One is giving the platform to the newcomers, and one is to train the faculty members regarding the new methods and methodologies of research. So that I think I have fulfilled my objectives. I have given the platform to the newcomers, and also somehow you will be enriched by this kind of knowledge delivered by our expert members. So the certificates, regarding the certificates, I will not conduct any test. I will give you the certificates who have paid the registration fee. Okay, who have paid the registration fee, the certificate automatically come to you. The 95 participants, the last attendance is 95, now 94 participants are there. So 95, 94 participants are there. So I will issue the certificates to these 95 participants, those who have attended successfully. Okay. So automatically the e-certificates will come to you in your email ID. So thank you very much, and thanks to all. Thanks to Dr. Sajjad also for coordinating this program. Sajad, Dr. Sajad, anything you want to say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean,
Yes.
I wanted you to have a last word, but one of the
Yes.
things that I want to share with you, that
Yeah.
I'm really overwhelmed and speechless. Speechless in the sense that the participants have, I mean, like this program, and this is going to set a new parameter once again for you for the next program, because you have ultimately to
Yes,
go up
thank
once
you.
again. And on the offset
Yeah,
of this faculty, yeah. So on the offset of this particular program, this faculty development program, after the 7th day, I want to take this opportunity to thank you, especially Professor Loknath Mishra, to have envisioned such a program for the capacity building of the teachers. I salute you and your dedication, your vision, and your capabilities with which you work, even within a short period of time on a world level. So really you need to have this applause. I know you very personally from a long time, and your effort has brought laurel to the not only to the Northeast, but throughout the country, which the participants are seeing, and I mean you are seeing the vision of the participants as well. And your intervention in the higher education, your school education and teacher education is no doubt has brought laurel to Mizoram University. You, within a 2 years of a span of time, when you have been able to bring this particular faculty development center under the scheme of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching of a scheme of Ministry of Education now. So far you have trained, to my understanding, more than 5,000 teachers within a short duration of 2 years after the coming of this. And you have also contributed the building of faculty development center to the Mizoram University. You have also been able to organize international conference where within, I mean, located in the Northeast, you have been able to bring resource persons from 28 countries to Northeast Mizoram University. That is really appreciable. And I salute your dedication towards your work and providing the best resource persons from across the countries. Once again, I mean, what I think that in the last, what I'll say that
before Sajad, before giving
yes,
Sajad, before giving you this, let me ask to the participants what kind of program they want.
Yes, sir,
I am thinking that I will conduct a next program on Swayam MOOC. How to prepare MOOC courses. MOOC.
Very good.
If you are agree, then I will conduct one program on MOOC.
Very good.
Yes, sir, yes,
Or
sir.
what kind of program you want, which is very relevant.
Hello. Sir, I think this particular will be.
Hello.
I think.
Agree. MOOC is required by us.
Hello. Sir.
Yes.
Sir. Sir,
Yes,
reliving is required for my institute, sir. Please send me the reliving.
Yeah.
Huh? Dr.
Okay. No. You see, listen. This is a online program, so no relieving order is required. You have not relieved from your institution to attend this program. So you have not joined in this program physically. So it is a virtual program, so no need of relieving order is required for to produce in your university. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, so I am planning to conduct one Swayam MOOC platform or MOOC courses, design of e-learning, e-content materials. On that was 7 days workshop. It is I am planning in that way to conduct one workshop, not other things, that seminar or webinar like that.
Yes.
The workshop, so everybody can participate. If you agree, then I can proceed.
Yes, sir. MOOCs is good, I think.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Definitely, sir.
It will go like a long time, the whatever online education in the future. It is good, sir, MOOCs program.
Good. This is good.
Okay. I will convey the date and the time to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Now Sajad, continue.
So what I was saying, this particular announcement that you have made immediately. I have one information that the MOOC courses are going on until 15th of this month. Some of the people can apply for that as well, and it will be continued because in the coming years, what I guess that most of the parts of the education will be there on the online mode as well. And the government of India is also planning to have a plethora of courses. So this particular program which you have envisioned now will be really add to the quality of the teachers, and the teachers individually will benefit from this. So what I was I continuing with the previous speech that I was taking up, I thank Taraji and all the team members from your university who had given the technical support, and all those who had worked behind the curtain. I also thank to the participants for making this program a success and patiently listening to the resource person. Last but not the least, I thank to all the resource person whom you have unearthed from different locations and brought to this particular platform, carved out their time and making it a success. Finally, I hope that this these deliberations that have been made in the last 7 days on different topics will provide inputs to the participants for the quality of education, for which the government of India also envisioning in the NEP 2020, whatsoever the ways are. But in essence, they want to raise the quality of education in NEP. And these deliberations is going to help all the teachers, I hope that, to bring up the quality of education. And now finally saying adieu to you, I'll hand over to you, Sir Loknath Mishra, sir.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to share.
So thank you, Dr. Sajad. I will intimate to the participant regarding the next program, and I will issue the e-certificate to all. Thank you to Taraji, and thank you to the participant. Thank you to the Dr. Sajad, Tara, who has helped a lot to organizing this kind of program, starting from. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, sir. It's a
Taraji, thank you very much. You have done a lot of work to organize this program. And so Dr. Sajad and all the participants, all the resource persons who have joined in this program. So let us wind up this program with a big thank to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sajad Bhai. Thank you, Mishra ji. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you to all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very nice program.
Thank you. Thank you. Charushil Tripathi. Charushil. Who is Charushil Tripathi? Yes. You are from?
So I'm from Jawaharlal Nehru University. So I'm actually a PhD scholar.
Okay. Okay. You are basically from which state?
Part of this faculty development program. And sir,
Okay.
because everyone had already mentioned about all the research, the three presentations which were very relevant to whatever I'm doing right now were your presentation on focus group discussion, because that is a part of my research methodology right now. And
very good.
The first presentation by Panda sir and Namita ma'am's presentation. But
Okay,
apart
good,
from that,
good.
all the other presentations. And thank you, Dr. Sajad and Taraji, for making this faculty development program work in a similar fashion. Thank you so much.
Okay. Nidhi ma'am. Nidhi ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Mehta
Sir,
ma'am, thank you.
sir, there is just one last request from us. The last session was
Yes.
very informative, but we have not received the PPT of it. And
Okay, okay. We will receive. We will receive due course of time.
Okay, sir.
Don't.
Thank you so much.
Yes, in the due course of time, you will receive. When we will receive from the resource person, na, I will immediately upload it.
Thank you so
Without
much, sir.
no time.
That will be really helpful for future reference, sir, because it was very
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Mr. Sir, thank you. Hello, Mr. Sir,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thanks a lot. This is Jolly Anju. Jolly
Thank you.
Anju.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. Sir, I am
Thank
from
you.
Assam. Jolly Anju from Assam.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir,
Thank you.
it was an excellent program. You have managed everything so nicely. And so I'm expecting one
you.
FDP on this research development of research tool. So kindly, if you get time, you please manage this one. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Research
Thanks a lot.
development and a tool. Okay.
Research tool development. Yeah. Sir, it is very essential, no? For the research scholar, it is very essential.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Thank you, sir. आपने इतना अच्छा से manage किया. Really, we are thankful. Really, we think. Sajid sir also making everything so comfortable. So nice thing we have come to know. I have come to know many things now. So I'm looking forward for your help and everything. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.